Hi.
Hi.
What are we talking about today?
Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna I think I might share a little bit of a funny story that has happened since the last time we were on here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna talk about the movie that everyone's talking about recently, Wuthering Heights.
I can't wait to talk about this with you because we have not talked about
We
this
have
movie.
not.
On purpose, though.
Yes.
Because I feel like once we get rolling, then we're like, oh, now we probably should wait to talk about this until we're on the podcast. So
yeah.
So unfiltered version of us talking about it. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And then maybe some unfiltered books.
Oh, yes. I know. You've been deep diving.
I've been deep. I have been diving in. That is for sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So recently I went with one of the girls who works with us at the salon. Her name is Beth.
The best.
She is so cool. Like
She
effortlessly
really
cool.
She really is cool. She has really cool style. She just like is very...
Yeah, even when she's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
She could just be sitting there and you're like, why are you so fucking cool?
She just is. Love Beth.
Yeah, and her husband went with us. He was super cool too. But we went to this Peter Antonio, I think his name is. I always mess up his last name. But he is a psychic comedian.
Okay.
And I was so excited. I follow him on like Instagram and TikTok. I love all of his videos.
Yes.
He is hilarious, also mind-blowing because he can just tell you like what you're thinking.
That is wild.
I know.
That is wild. You sent me a few videos and I was like, how does he do this? But
I was like, I need to see this in real life.
Yeah. So you did?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, though, this was my first time ever hanging out with Beth outside of work.
Okay.
Obviously her husband. And so you never know. Like, even if you get along, like, you don't know what it's like hanging out after hours. And they picked me up, so we got to all ride together, and it was so fun because we were just automatically laughing like the whole way there. There was a vibe. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because me and you know, but not everyone knows, like, I can just, sometimes I just exist, and it seems to somehow be not how other people exist, and it's just a little awkward sometimes.
I love you.
So I was like, okay, this is a good sign. I think it's going to be okay. And then we get to the place and I was so excited to find out that they had, like, you can order food and obviously drinks because I worked all day, did not eat anything. You know how it goes. You just get busy. And then I'm like, okay, I got off work. She's like, we're going to be there in 30 minutes. I am covered in hair.
Dude.
Like, I had to change so fast.
Yeah.
And then just like in my mind, I thought, I can't go have a drink at this comedy club and not have any food in my stomach. Right. So I look at my food and I go, I don't have any time to heat anything up or to do anything. So I'm just going to double fist protein bars.
Okay. All right. I
ate 2 back-to-back protein bars.
Got it. All right. As one does.
Chugged a bunch of water, some electrolytes, and was like, all right, here we go. So when I got there, I was so excited that, oh, wait, we can order food? This is great.
Amazing.
But you know me. Okay, this is how this went down. And this is before he even came out on stage.
Oh, my gosh.
But we're all 3 sitting at this tiny little table. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, can I have you scooch more over towards her husband, so that way people can walk through here, and I'm like, okay, sure. So we scooch over.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, same guy comes up to him and says, hey, can you guys scooch more over the way we just were? And we were like, is this a joke? So anyways, I'm just going, okay, just act like things are normal. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. But I pick up the menu. And you know me with food and menus and stuff. First of all, I can't see shit. I can't even tell what is on these menus.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm trying and I just start going for what looks familiar and I panic and the lady walks up to me and she's like, hi, like, are you ready? What can I get you? And I was just like, you can start with them if they know what they want. Somehow people just pick it out of their minds. They just go, you know what sounds good? She's like, I'll have a taco salad. He's like, yeah, and I'll have the pizza, whatever. It's like a barbecue chicken. I don't know. It was a buffalo pizza. Who cares? The point is he ordered a pizza and I'm like, really? That gave me 0.5 seconds. I still don't know what I want. What am I supposed to do right now? So then I just panic ordered. Yeah. And that is my go-to. Yes. I panic order no matter where I go. I just say the first thing and I'll deal with it later. So I was like, okay, I'll just have what she's having to drink and what he's having to eat. So then, like, we're having a good time. They end up telling us to, like, write down something on these little mini pieces of paper to put in this locked box. I was stuck on, like, what is it for? Yeah. I was like, I knew they were cheating somehow. Right. They've got to be.
Yeah, they got to be reading things.
Yeah.
And, like, but being like, oh, this girl wrote this down.
Yeah, but turns out they just stayed in that locked box. So we all came up with the conclusion that, like, maybe it's because he needs, like, the audience to get their thoughts in order, or like, or like the energy of like what those questions are, or like locked in that box. I don't know.
He didn't read them.
No, I mean, they stayed in the locked box. At no point did they like open the box up or anything. No one came and got the box. It just sat there on the edge of the stage, locked. Yeah, it was strange. But I wrote down my meat man thing.
Little carnita in the mouth. Okay. Yep.
And then and I put like, should I get off the apps and just stay single forever? And then Beth was like, put your phone number on there.
I love it. I love it. You're like,
what if someone like catfishes me though? What if I think I'm talking to him the whole time and I'm talking to like the stage guy or whatever?
But maybe the stage guy's cool, you know? You never know.
I don't know. So anyways, so then the food gets out there right before the show starts, and I'm like, okay, but the lights are down, and I'm like, all right, I get this pizza, and I'm like, what the shit is this? Because who makes a pizza this way? Okay, punchline, get it together, all right? It was these like 2-inch slabs of chicken on each slice. So like,
okay,
just like a big old,
just
like
a big slice
strip of chicken.
Okay, so not chopped up.
No.
Okay,
that would make way more sense for biting purposes.
Just like laid.
They just
almost
laid
like mozzarella
slabs.
Okay, but just chicken.
Like one slab per slice.
Okay,
you know, and it's more of like a rectangle-y looking thing.
Okay.
So you've got like 6 squares or something. Okay. And they just like had these giant slices. There was like hot honey stuff drizzled all over it, even all over like the crust part. So you're trying to like, you know.
I'm just imagining the sensory situation that was happening for you in that moment.
I don't know how people just think, oh, who cares, and just do it anyways. I also get stuck in books on this stuff, but like, you mean to tell me you want me to just like lick my fingers clean? I've been touching everything in this nasty, you know what I mean, in this public place.
No,
that menu, the everything, like
they didn't give you like a moist towelette.
They didn't give you a moist towelette. No, the punchline just threw a pizza at me. All right. So I'm having to hold these sticky slices while trying to bite these like chunks of chicken, and it's pulling the whole top of the pizza, the cheese, everything's coming off with it. So then you're doing that thing where you're trying to pull the excess off of your mouth. And then I don't really care for the crust on pizza. Okay. So I'm like trying to bite whatever is on the surface of the pizza that's not the chicken, and the cheese is already fallen off, and it's just a mess. So I end up thinking, I don't want to waste this pizza, so I'll just take one bite out of like each slice just to get something in my stomach as this whole pizza is just like falling apart. Mm-hmm. So at one point, I forget, because me and you, we just like vibe. Yeah. I tend to vibe with people who like have undiagnosed ADHD, or maybe they're autistic. Like, I don't know. Like we just click. Yes. But like other people, I forget until I'm like witnessed by them, and I'm like, oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they look over at me and they're just laughing at me, like hysterically. Her husband is looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, honest, I am confused. Right. I was like, what? What is it? Like, and they are just, because I don't know what they're talking about, they're laughing even
Right,
harder
of course.
because now they're just like actual no sound is coming out, and he's like, your pizza, and I look at my absolute like, just, it's just a all in one big pile, like it's just a bunch of slices all pulled apart and cheese is all over the fucking place and a bunch of crust pieces, like it was just a pile of pizza. And they were like, it looked like rats just came in and like tore it up.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm like, what do you mean? I ate it. And he's like, and she was just like, that you ate that pizza? Was it good? Like what? And I look over and his pizza is just like normal.
Yeah.
Nothing except for just like the two little pieces he didn't eat still attached, just like normal. And I was just like, so you just picked up each piece and just ate it till it was gone and then just moved on to the next?
What are you, weirdo?
Okay, psycho.
Okay,
like,
psycho. Especially with that slab of chicken on there.
Like how did you get the whole slab in there? Come on. I don't know. But then when I came home and was like sending you the longest voice note about how much fun that show was, you sent back one, and I thought you were just gonna be like, oh, haha, but instead you were like, wheezing. It took like 20 seconds for you to even have words come out, and then you said, what did you say? Like you were like, you do tear apart like all of your food more than anyone I've ever seen.
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Do I tear my food apart? Now I am questioning everything.
Okay, when we leave a restaurant, I'm done. But my plate is usually clean. Clean. Like I will eat all of my salad or all of whatever I've ordered. You have at least 5 pieces of lettuce. You have croutons pushed off to the side. You have, oh, that meat was way too big. Nope, that piece was too red. Nope, this thing was weird. Oh, okay, I'm going to eat this, but I'm going to leave a bite of that. And it's like, it almost looks like, and I think that Beth said this too, it almost looks like when a little kid wants you to think they ate, but they literally like chop it up and move it around so it looks like they kind of consumed it, but then they actually haven't eaten anything, and maybe there's like pockets full of meat somewhere that they were like,
I'm feeding the dog under the table.
That was too big for my mouth, like I'm putting it in my pocket.
Yeah, she did say, like, did you just move it around so it looks like you ate it? And I remember looking down thinking, that does look like that.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so funny because I just never noticed that about myself.
Yeah.
I think that in my mind, I'm always blaming the food. So it's not me. I mean, I don't want a big ass burger and then all of a sudden like all the stuff's falling out of it.
Yeah.
Or like now the bun's all soggy. I'm not going to eat that. And you start tearing shit apart.
Yeah. You definitely
seems reasonable to me.
I mean, there's no judgment. There's no judgment in it. But it is a thing. Like when I watch you eat, there is like, it's almost like if this is not the ideal bite, I will move things around to just have, even if I only have 3 ideal bites.
Yes.
I will eat the 3 ideal bites. And if the rest is not what I want,
see you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
There it is.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you have to build the bite. Okay. Like, well, so anyways, you learn something new about yourself every day.
Do you feel like, okay, we have to ask because do other people do this?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, I talked to my kids about it. Like, do you create the ideal bite? Like, if you're eating a salad, do you like pick the different things?
You're telling me people are just shoveling it in and just down the hatch. They don't care what it like.
Every day.
The way your voice cracked.
Every day.
Every day.
I just eat it.
You just eat it.
And sometimes you're like, ooh, that was a really good bite, but I don't orient it around it being the perfect situation.
When I eat, I have to make sure that what I'm going to end on is the experience I want to end on. Okay? You have to start with the stuff. What are you laughing? I'm so confused.
Okay, hold on. This brings up a story about me and my sister, my sweet, lovely sister, who is 7.5 years younger than me, okay? And what I didn't know is she is very similar to you in this way. Okay? Because I am not that way. I didn't think about the fact that when someone is eating something, they might not be eating certain things on their plate because they are wanting to have the last bite be the bite that they want.
Yes.
Okay? Literally, I've never thought about that in my brain until
you just end
recently.
on whatever happens to be there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This doesn't make any sense to me.
We had gone to McDonald's. This is when like little, she was like maybe 10-ish, maybe 11. And we're driving in the car. I had eaten all my McDonald's, but I was like, dude, she still's got some fries left. So I reached back. And I
ruined. She carefully planned this out and you ruined it.
I literally thought she was leaving it because she didn't like the squishy fries.
Oh.
So I was like, she's not going to eat these.
Yeah.
I'm going to take these. So I took her squishy fries and she started bawling. And she was like, you ate my squishy fries. And I was like, I didn't. I thought you were done. Like, I thought that you were just leaving it. And she was like, no, I was leaving that for the last bite. And I was like, didn't even, like, literally that was never even a thought in my brain.
Yeah.
That you would, like, leave the thing to the end that you wanted it to end on.
Okay, but hold on a second.
Yes.
Because let me ask you, and now we're getting off on a tangent, but
I love it.
We're going to do it. Picture Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And you have, like, you put all the different foods, and don't even get me started. If they touch, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Okay.
They can cuddle, but there's no spoon. You know what I mean?
Their arms can touch, but they cannot be wrapped around.
No hanky.
Leave room for the Holy Spirit, guys. Freaking don't be messing with that. Okay.
But you're telling me that you have your Thanksgiving plate and you're just like, I'm just gonna start eating anything in sight. You don't think about like you don't want to end on certain, like, I better eat, like, I'm gonna eat the turkey first, but then I'm gonna eat mashed potatoes. Like, what if you have like a least preferred thing out of the...
I just don't eat that.
Well, if it's something that you want to eat, but you want to eat it less than like one of the things that you like the most.
Nope. No. Literally have never thought about this in my
last
life.
question.
Okay.
Do you eat a bite from like each random thing, or do you start on one thing and eat it and then move on to the next? Or are you just taking bites all over the place?
I don't know how to answer that because I literally just don't think about it. I just eat it.
Oh my God. I think about every single bite.
That must be exhausting.
It is. Okay?
Wait.
When I say I'm full, it's
every
not...
bite?
100%.
Every bite.
Okay. This is blowing my mind.
No, I'm serious though.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I mean, okay, the only things I do that with is like, I hate to panic ration if I don't have enough ketchup. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to ration if I have not enough ketchup for my fries. I don't like that.
Okay.
Everything else, like, as long as like, I know that I want to eat turkey with stuffing.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that there's equal amounts of the things so I can eat them together.
Okay.
But there's never like I need to save this bite for the last.
Okay.
I want to end on this.
But the tastes, if you're like, you're not just grabbing and eating cranberry sauce and then going back to your like mashed potatoes. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
First of all, I don't eat cranberry sauce
you
or
don't
mashed
eat
potatoes.
I know. But
I hate both of those things,
like,
so I'm like, no.
Like,
but
would you eat like pie at the end, or would you just take bites of it while you're eating chicken or turkey or whatever?
Okay, obviously dessert is separate.
You're like,
obviously dessert
but what
is
I'm
at the
getting
end.
at is if you're gonna eat like sweet potatoes, like,
yeah, like, I'll eat that with the other things.
Listen,
I don't know if we can be friends.
I'm getting pissed off now. Just,
I'm actual mad right now.
Like, how did we get here?
Wait, when did this start?
What do you mean?
When did you start to notice that you did that?
Listen, okay. Let me let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to me.
The neurodivergence was there from the beginning, okay? When did you start breathing? I don't fucking know. It just happened. Like, this is what happens when you eat grapes. Okay, yeah. We are on a full-on tangent now.
It. Yes.
This is not where we said we were going to go, but we're here. when you eat grapes, are you just grabbing handfuls and popping them in your mouth and you don't care? Or do you give them a little squishy squish just to test them before they go in? Because who wants to eat a freaking half crispy, mushy, where you bend the skin and don't actually, like, it needs to snap. Come on. Get real. Answer the question.
I clip off
No.
a grape thing.
And you just eat them? Oh my God.
Wait, what do you mean half squishy, half crisp?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I'm not trying to rage bait you.
I feel like you might be. Do we need to stop recording? I'm so confused. I'm sweating. You mean to tell me that you just eat mushy grapes and don't care? Listen, it ruins my day. I have to wait. Listen, I have to then find a crispy one and go, I better end on that one because it's a gamble at this point. I can't trust these grapes.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sweaty.
But aren't
this
all
is
grapes
so
squishy? Like that?
No! I can't breathe. Rachel. How dare you?
Ow! Ow, 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 ow. My abs. Oh, Jesus.
I'm crying now.
Wait, what grapes are you buying? I'm just so confused.
Listen, everyone is gonna tell you how wrong you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just saying, I've literally never thought about that in my life.
Oh my God. Ask your husband.
Okay.
He'll know.
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm crying.
Whew. Okay. Listen. Grapes just like...
It's so funny though, because Kylie was getting grapes out and I was like, she's like, oh, the strawberries are rotten. Okay, can't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, the mandarins, they're too squishy. Okay, I can't have that. And then she was like, okay, let me see the grapes. And then she was like, no, they're too squishy. And I was like,
when I go to buy them at the store.
Yeah.
I am fondling other people's grapes for sure.
Okay.
Because if you don't wash them, that's your fault. But I'm just saying.
You don't just grab a thing?
What?
Like a little container and you're like, cool, that's it.
That's it.
That's what I'm doing.
I mean, containers are a little bit different, but the ones in the bags.
Yeah. Okay.
You give a little squeeze. You give a little squeeze. Okay? And I'll give it about 3 or 4 squeezes before I can fully trust the bag. If the first couple squeezes feel firm, I'll move to the bottom and go, nope, those are soft. Wow. I'm out of here.
Okay, that's just, wow. That's a lot of energy put towards grapes.
Listen, if I told you it's not just the grapes. Okay, so.
I'm starting to create a picture in my mind of why the plate looks like a rat came and tore it to pieces.
Yeah, man. Because also temperature for food matters, like all kinds of different things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyways, that was a whole time. That turned into something totally different.
Oh my gosh. Whew, that was a good laugh though. I kind of needed that. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Anyway,
so
Wuthering Heights. What?
So movies and stuff.
So movies and shit. Yeah.
Okay, so
we
went and saw Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
And we didn't know that there was multiple different like renditions of
had no clue.
It. Had no clue. We knew that there was a book from like way long ago.
Yeah, like late 1700s.
Something like that.
I looked it up.
And we hadn't and still haven't read the book.
No. I went in completely blind.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah. Like I didn't even know anything about the story. I didn't know anything about the characters.
That's the only way I like to do it.
I went completely blind.
Okay. And so I love Jacob Elordi. I love Margot Robbie. So I was like, I'm like sold. I don't even need to know. Say less.
Totally.
And I went on Valentine's Day by myself. bawled my eyes out.
Dude.
Like, ugly crying, lost my eyelashes.
Stop.
Cried the whole way home. They were talking about how it was this, like, love story.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, so we're going to just say right now, this is going to be a spoiler situation. So if you have not watched it and you do not want to know anything about it and you want to go in blind, press pause and come back to this afterwards to see how it all went down, because we have to talk about some of these scenes because they're insane and intense and what the actual hell was going on. Because, okay, I never saw Saltburn.
Ugh. Okay, side note.
Yes.
Everyone who's ever been within 5 feet of me knows that I love Saltburn.
Yes.
No one else really around me, people were turning it off.
Oh,
they didn't even finish it.
Well, you told me some of the scenes and I literally was like, oh, I can't. That makes me gag.
Like, thought it was brilliant.
Okay, now I kind of want to watch it because of seeing this, because I was like, okay, weird.
Yeah.
But also like,
I want to sit.
You want to?
I want to sit in the cup chair and watch you watch it. Is there an app for like you and your husband just watch Saltburn and I just sit in the corner and watch you guys?
Drink it, just a little sip of something. You just
I'm like, you look over and I'm just like hella cheese. I'm like,
what the hell?
But yeah, so I thought that was like absolutely amazing, totally brilliant. I loved it, and he was in. Jacob Elordi was in Saltburn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's like the main guy in it.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know who he was at all.
Okay.
Like, literally had never seen him. But then you had told me, like, long ago he was in, what was that one?
There was, like, Kissing Booth.
Yeah,
Euphoria.
So I never watched Euphoria.
Okay.
And I haven't seen any of the other things. Like, he was Frankenstein, right? Wasn't he in Frankenstein?
So I haven't seen that yet.
So I didn't know him, but obviously Margot Robbie. She literally can beat anybody, anything.
Yes.
And she freaking knocks it out of the park. Like, I will say, the acting, it's 10 out of 10. Cinematography, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Like,
the way they would shoot it, like, super up close in your face, just felt like uneasy.
Yes.
It just felt like you were there.
Well, and also the music that they paired with it
was
so good. It made you feel
like
very like it was kind of made you unsteady. Like it made you feel like something like discordant inside, you know?
When it very first popped up on the screen, like, oh, the movie's starting. I almost died when it was like playing the TikTok viral song.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm gonna die in this house. That one. I was like, oh God. What the hell was the beginning scene?
Okay. Hold on. We have to talk about this beginning scene. Because, okay, maybe a mistake, but I brought my girls to it. So what's funny is I am not, as you probably know, I'm not a prude. And I talk to them openly about all sorts of stuff. But watching or listening and being right next to them as they were experiencing this movie, as they were like, oh my God, and they're like covering their eyes and they're like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. Like they're just like,
that's so funny.
So freaking hilarious. But the first scene opens up and you're like, oh, it's all black.
Yeah. Cause you don't know if the sounds you're hearing are,
you don't know what it is.
Inappropriate.
Well, it sounds inappropriate.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like either a dude is pleasuring himself or he's having sex. Like it's obviously a dude's groaning sounds. And like a bed frame moving is what I initially thought. I
was like, oh, we're jumping
like
in.
We're just jumping in. So there's bed frame, like you can hear wood kind of like creaking. Pops open. This dude is getting hung. Like he is literally,
it was
like there was a
so
hanging.
Bad. Yeah.
And Catherine, the main character, is in the crowd, like as a little kid, watching them, like so excited to watch.
And
this
it's like
dude
hanging day, like they're like celebrating.
like hanging day. Yeah, she got like a doll for hanging day. Like, well, but then you're like, okay, he's hanging, right? So you're like automatically, you're like, oh my gosh, like that was not what I thought. And then they show like him, the outline of his hard cock and his pants, and you're like,
what the heck? Does that happen?
First of all, don't ask me. I don't know. I've I've never been to a hanging before. And also then the nun, there's like a nun in the audience, and she looked like she was kind of excited about the fact that he was like hard. It just like,
wait, there was a nun.
Yes.
Oh, in the
audience.
Okay,
like,
I thought you were
not,
talking.
Not with me. Not in my audience.
I thought you meant the audience watching
in the
movie. I was like, she was like, hell yeah.
Then there's this fucking nut next to me.
In a full nut outfit. What? And I'm like
adjusting her head.
I'm over here like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Damn, girl, get it.
Oh my God.
So, but it just was. It was like, I was like, oh.
And then he starts peeing himself. They just made sure to like take it the extra.
Oh, it was very sexual, and that
disturbing.
Was very much. It was like very.
It was intense.
Yeah, it was like intense, but like kind of icky sometimes,
yeah.
and kind of like, oh, I don't like that. Doesn't feel right. Like there's something like there's two worlds mixing together that feel like they shouldn't be mixed together. You know, but that's kind of how I felt like the whole thing was to me.
Right.
So it like was it was almost like foreshadowing of like the weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like opening scene, and then you meet Catherine. Who just like is a little kid, and she's very like,
well, she's like striking too.
Yeah.
She's like a very polarizing little kid as far as like super blonde curly hair and blue eyes and like and just like her energy. She's was kind of demanding and like
she was very like she wasn't demure, she wasn't calm, she wasn't quiet. She
especially was around her like crazy loud abusive dad.
Dude.
You know?
Yeah.
She wasn't fazed.
Which was different because that feels like, and again, I don't know about the book.
Right.
Because I don't have any frame of reference for what this story was or how she acted. But to me, it was interesting because I could feel myself being like, I don't really like her.
Yeah.
As a character. Like, I didn't really identify with her. That's not how I, like, am. Like, that's just not, like, the essence of who I am. But I also was like, okay, like, she is in this world that's kind of like her dad's a drunk and she doesn't have a mom and her brother dies and, like, she's just kind of like this feral child running around, and she has like a lady's maid who's like, she doesn't really like the lady's maid, and the lady's maid's trying to like raise her basically because the dad's not doing shit, you know? And so they live in this dirty, like everything, the cinematography, like when they film anything at her house, it's so dirty and dingy and dark. But she's like super light.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Heathcliff comes along. So Heathcliff is like,
he's an orphan.
So like her dad like sees him being beat by his dad and is like, I'll take him basically. And he kind of took him in, I think, because like they don't show the brother dying. Yeah. But there's like kind of replacing the brother being like, hey.
Wasn't that his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they didn't know the orphan kid's name. So she was like, I'll name you Heathcliff for my brother that passed or whatever. So then they become like, they're inseparable. They're just running around. She's not like being raised in a way that's like of those times of like where, you know, you have to learn how to sew and you have to learn how to play piano and you have to learn, you know, it's like all of those things that are like what young women do. Like she's running around fields and across the
this
plains
isn't Bridgerton at all.
No. Exactly. But it's set in a time where that would have been something that she would have had to do. Right. So she's kind of like this woman of circumstance, right? Like this kind of, these things are happening and she's kind of like, you're stuck in this time where like, okay, what your dad does affects your entire life. Yeah. And you don't really get money because you're a woman. And so you kind of have to figure out how to like, okay, am I going to get married to somebody with all this money so that I can then survive? Or, you know, there's all of these different aspects of the story. But
well, and then they start becoming like best friends.
Yes,
because they're kind of like just left alone with each other.
Totally.
And she's like helping him to learn how to read and like all kinds of just like sweet things. But she's also like mean to him.
Yeah, she's not sweet. Yeah. Not in any way, shape, or form is she sweet. Yeah. And that was like...
But but yet like she's also his form of comfort.
Yes,
and
like
safety.
she's caring, but she's not sweet. You know what I mean? Like she cares for him, but she is not kind in that way at all.
And at first when he's like barely able to talk and he's young, like it just, you're kind of like, aw, but then when he gets older, you're like, oh, you're also that way.
Yeah,
you
totally.
know?
Like they both had like the kind of like that tension of like the butting heads, kind of like
very toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me. Give it to me.
I mean, it's skipping
let's
parts.
do it. Skip
But
stones.
like, it's all I can think about forever and ever.
Okay.
Amen.
Tell me.
So she, as she's getting older and stuff, like she starts being kind of curious and she ends up like seeing
that scene.
She's like climbed up in the rafters of a barn or something. I don't know what it is.
So he lives in the barn.
Yeah.
And so she was going up to see him.
Right. But she ends up seeing like two people.
Like the maid and the farmhand.
Yeah.
They were getting down, but they were like getting
down in like a
dirty.
freaky deaky way.
Like
with like chomp bits. What are those called?
Bits, yeah.
I don't know.
Like put a horse bit in her mouth.
Like just crazy stuff. So she is like looking through the rafters, like watching it, like she has never seen anything like that before. And then the way he just like, I pictured when they were like recording it, I was like, what the heck? Because
oh my gosh.
He ends up just being like kind of on her back.
Yeah, like he lays on top of her.
And covers her mouth first so she doesn't scream, and then covers her eyes so she can't see it either. So it's just her nose breathing super hard.
Yeah, and then hearing.
And just hearing what's happening while he's like laying on her back. You know he must have had a boner.
Dude. That's the thing about this movie that's so odd. Because it's so sexual. But you don't see them having sex that much.
No.
Like you're hearing things and you're getting like it's like you're alluded to these things, but like you're not privy to like watching it. It wasn't vulgar
adds to
in
the
those
tension
ways.
too. It's
yes. But
and then flash forward at one point in time, she's like with her husband, and she like makes him cover her eyes and mouth. Dude. And I was just like,
oh damn girl. Yeah, I know that scene was insane because it wasn't like they were having sex, but it was just like
and then now sorry,
yeah, you gotta go.
Now we are just a runaway train.
Yes,
but she ends up being embarrassed. Is that the part where she runs off, or is that at night? There was a different part.
So that happens, and he like lets her go.
Yeah,
and then she just goes back to bed. But the next morning, she's like,
what was it?
She was like hell horny. And so she was like looking at stuff that looked very sexual, like on the table. There was like peaches on the table, and there was like some other thing. And she was like, I'm going to go for a walk or something. And she like goes for a walk.
Yeah.
And is like self-pleasuring behind like a fucking rock.
Yeah. And he walks up and he walks up. And I like the way like you can't actually see her, but he saw enough to know what she was doing. Going on.
Dude.
And then he like, she hears someone and she's like, oh God. And like
she's so embarrassed. She's like, mortified.
But she goes to like run in a different direction, but actually just runs right into his chest, which by the way, he is so tall.
So tall.
He's either 6'5" or 6'6".
Okay.
He is super tall. Yeah. Anyways, so she runs into him and she's just like at his chest level basically. And he like, is that, I don't know what order, because he
grabs her hand. And then he puts her fingers.
At first, he sniffs them.
Oh my God.
He smells them and says that he will be able to trace her scent like anywhere. He'll be able to find her. You're never going to be able to run away from me. As if that wasn't enough, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He sucks them clean.
Dude. I know.
He like picks her up by her corset and just like lifts her into the air. And she just had a baby.
In real life? Stop.
Yeah. In real life.
Wait, in the movie? No, shut up.
She just had a baby. Yeah.
How?
I know.
What the hell? Anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
So there were so many parts that were just so like the way they would
tension.
shoot it,
Yes.
the colors,
Yes. Oh my
just
gosh.
everything was so unbelievable.
Dude, it was so, I loved the costuming was insane. So, okay, when I keep telling people about this movie, when like talking about it, I tell them it kind of reminds me of like a Tim Burton if Tim Burton was hella sexual. Like it's very like kind of like eerie and like a little disturbing, but like also kind of like, but like the costuming is so part of it, and it's very like, it's not specifically of the times,
right?
But it's adjacent to the times, but like done in different fabrications and stuff. Like one time she's wearing a dress that like if it was made in silk would look perfectly like fit into that time frame,
right?
But it's made of leather,
yeah.
And you're just like, oh, this is very fascinating. And they used a lot of like kind of like color cues to like lead
like
you,
that blood red floor. Oh my god.
So getting ahead of ourselves, but like she ends up getting married, and this whole scene happens where she basically comes, their new neighbor is like this rich man, right? And so she goes to that house to kind of like check it out, ends up like hurting her ankle and then being at the house for like 3 weeks. And she comes back to her house and she's like all like dolled up and like in this frilly situation. And he's pissed at her. Like Heathcliff's pissed because like, where did you go to? You were gone for like 3 weeks. And basically she has a conversation with the lady's maid who she's so mean to, which that part of it, like I just, at every turn where Catherine could have been kind, she wasn't. She was always like cutting.
But also in the most like entitled.
Yes. Like she would hurt, like the lady's maid, she would say, you know, she would say hurtful things like no one's ever going to love you and like you'll be nothing, you know, but then just be like crying and being like, I'm so sad. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, and still asking for advice. It's very childlike. It's very like, she didn't have like a good understanding of like.
But that's why it is so brilliant to me is that if that lady then does her wrong, you're like, that's really messed up. But you're like, but maybe she deserved it. I don't know. Like, it makes you go like, I don't know. Like, I disliked each one of them for different reasons, but also liked each one of them for different reasons.
I know. And you can, it's like two things can be true at the same time where I'm like, dude, she's just a brat. Like Catherine is a fucking brat. Yeah. You know? And we've talked about this before too. Like even in books that we, you know, kinky books we read, like the brat kink is not like our favorite, not our favorite thing. And so I think like to me, I went into it thinking it's going to be this like epic love story when it's really like an epic tragedy plus then,
with like
people that are
people and like it was so dark and just bizarre.
Like okay, so the house, so she ends
up getting the walls,
dude. She gets married. She goes to this house, and like first of all, they have like this fireplace made of like plaster hands, and there's like plaster hands coming out of the wall holding candles. Like it's very like everything is very weird. But then he's like, I had them decorate your room. And he's like, you know, they asked me what color to paint it. And I said them paint it as my beautiful wife's face. Yeah. And literally the wall looked like her skin, but like had the veins in it and like the mold.
Did you hear in the interviews that before they started shooting, they took pictures of her actual skin? That's her actual mole and her actual veins. And she said because she had just had a baby, like her veins were all blue and stuff. And she was saying that like she actually didn't know what those were for. She was just like, sure, okay.
Stop.
And then
I did not know that.
When she found out that what they did, she said that she was kind of freaked out because to see her own skin all over the walls was like, what the heck?
It is.
And didn't he start like in the movie? Didn't he start like licking the walls?
Well, and then like the walls get like, at some point they get like a sheen of sweat on them. Like they literally look like they're sweating. And you're like, this is so fucking weird. And then like I don't know if it was his sister or his ward, the new husband, but like she was a trip. And then like she like for Christmas gives her like a scrapbook, and every single thing is so phallic and like sexual, and like this flower reminds me of you, and it's like straight up a vagina.
But then
and like
so
she's
true.
like, this mushroom that I saw reminded me of you, and it's literally like a pop-up, like it literally looks like a peen, and you're like,
and like to get back at her,
yes,
he then was like, well then I'm gonna like be with that girl. And how crazy is it? Because girl, I was like, I get it. The way he was like, listen, I am going to be like atrocious to you. I'm going to like treat you absolutely horrific. I am not going to be nice. I'm going to torture you. As he's like touching her skin and slowly taking off like, you know, parts of her clothes. And she's kind of just like wide-eyed and mouth opened, you know, and then he's like, do you want me to stop? And she's just like, no. And I was like, shit.
I can't. Because so this is the thing, is like,
she was like on her knees barking like a dog, her tongue out.
Dude. Because basically, so Heathcliff overhears this conversation with the lady's maid and Catherine, basically saying, I don't know what to do. Like, my dad's lost all of our money, and I'm gonna have to get married to this man because otherwise we're destitute. We're gonna have nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna be dead. Like, we don't have means. We have nothing. He's like drank it away and gambled it away, and we have absolutely nothing to show for it. So the lady's maid sees that Heathcliff is in the hallway and she knows what she's doing. She's setting Catherine up to basically say, like, I can't be with Heathcliff. I have to be with this dude because of his money. Then Heathcliff leaves and she's like, but I love him. But I love Heathcliff. And she's like,
but he never hears it.
But he never hears it. And then the next day she's like, forget it. I'm not going to marry him. I'm going to be with Heathcliff because I love Heathcliff.
Yeah.
And then Heathcliff's nowhere to be found. And then 5 years later,
he shows up with a gold tooth, hair
blinging, he's got a little haircut, like looking dapper. He's gotten rich, and all of a sudden she's like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah, and she's mad at him, but he's
so
like,
mad
"Bitch,
at
this
him.
is your fault."
Totally. So it just becomes this tragic situation where now she's married, and wants to be with him. She just finds out she's pregnant. And he says to her, like, you think I care? You think that I care if you're going to have somebody else's baby? Like, I want to be with you. Like, I want to be...
The way they just be being together.
Oh. Like it was like on like Donkey Kong.
Like every chance they got. Okay. When she sat down on the eggs.
Oh, I literally went...
I gasped.
Me too. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yes.
Like,
yes.
So that's how she knew he was back.
Yes.
And then they just be fucking all the time.
Oh my God.
And let me just tell you, again, whether it's books or movies, I have to get out of my own head because freaking gross. Like here's
wait, what?
Here,
where? When?
Where? Let me draw you a picture. Every time, like anything they do, they are back in the day. Everything's dirty. Everything's gross. His freaking hands, his fingernails, like his hands were so dirty. They were a completely different color than the rest of his body. And you're just going to go sticking those in her vagina. And then when they were in the carriage and he starts like kissing up her neck and then just like makes her open her mouth and he shoves his finger in her mouth. And all I could think of is she was literally sucking on, I don't even know what was on his fingers to make him look dirty. But like, that's some good acting, because the thought of him taking those dirty fingers and putting them in her mouth.
Dude.
Back then, no one was washing their hands ever.
Okay, first of all, literally not a thought in my mind.
What? I have to actually stop myself to try to enjoy the actual intimate moment, because all I can think about is like they must have had so many like yeast infections back then because gross.
I didn't even cross my mind.
And like when he just like pulled up like the 10 layers of dress and just started going down on her, I was like, dude, you know they don't be bathing.
I mean,
that he was just
is natural. Is natural.
Damn, that's love.
Straight up,
that's
love.
Obsession.
They don't care. Yes,
the
that
yearning.
Is obsession. Oh my god,
give me that dirty.
Oh my god, give me those dirty fingers.
Fingers.
The fingers.
Why are you all of a sudden a hillbilly?
I don't know. That's just what came to mind. But it's so fascinating because then the fucking lady's maid, she was like, Catherine, you can't be doing all this. You can't be hanging out with Heathcliff like this. And she's like, I'm going to fire you and send you off and do all these things. And then she fucking goes to the husband and is like. She tells
on her.
She tells.
And then guess what? She gets to stay. And now the husband knows. And let me tell you, when the husband now knows and like forbids her from going and seeing him, and he still sneaks into his house, and they just start like,
I think that's when the sweat was on the walls,
making out doing stuff.
Dude,
I was like, oh my god. But when he got down and started crawling, I was just like, I had to remind myself, I had to look around and be like, yeah, there's a lot of other people in here.
There's people.
But when he was begging her, when he was like, listen, leave him, be with me. I love you. I want you. And she said something like, what are you just going to like kill him or something like that? Like she said something and he was like, do you want me to?
Yeah.
Like I will right now. I'll just go in there and just kill him right now. I was like, this is how I know that I'm probably back in those days under those circumstances. I don't know. I mean,
what's so crazy is the husband was the most likable
character.
He
was the nicest one.
He was the nicest one. He actually didn't even forbade her. He basically was like, I don't think you should see him anymore.
No, he was like,
was he?
He finally got to a point where he was like, you will not embarrass me and like this and that. Like he was like,
really? I don't remember that.
I'll find it.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like then he's like not letting her see, they're not seeing each other. And then that's when Heathcliff was like, well, now I'm going to use the freaking ward as like, I'm going to marry her. And then I'm going to freaking have you write to Kathy for me. It just... And
like she never even gave her any of the
because
letters.
She was a fucking bitch to the lady's maid. Like that was,
and all of this is happening. And yes, you have so many reasons to hate everyone.
I know,
but I did not know that this was not a happy ever after ending.
Nor did I, because I did not know anything about it.
And like,
dude,
when he was just racing on his horse, I was just like, in my mind, I thought. There was no other option besides him getting there just in the nick of time.
Yeah. No.
So it just wrecked me. Dude. It absolutely wrecked me.
Dude, the fact that
the way they like showed her and those last scenes, like, so
disturbing. Well, and then because she was like so heartbroken, like that she couldn't be with Heathcliff, right? Like, so she was like, here I am. I'm stuck in this house. He's now married to this other girl. I'm not hearing from him. And then she freaking tells the lady's maid, like, the lady's maid's like, you have to, get up and, what about the baby? And she's like, oh, the baby died.
Yeah.
But that's like why she died, because she freaking was.
Yeah. This whole time she was in sepsis or whatever.
Yeah. And literally dying.
And just dying. And the husband didn't really even come check on her.
Yeah.
And like, the part that wrecked me too, towards the end, where she was like starting to hallucinate, and she hallucinated like his younger self, like out of her window. I was like, oh,
dude. And then the end scene where it flashes back to when he gets beat when they're little kids.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at his back, and he like turns to her, and he thinks she's sleeping, and he's like, I will love you forever.
Yeah.
Like, and just, that part totally.
And then she smiled.
And like,
she heard
it. She knows. So, but yeah, it was so tragic.
But like, is it this like yearning devotion, like love story, Or is it just actually like two very toxic people who like the miscommunication of it all? And
I don't know.
I don't really know.
Because, okay, if someone were to say, did you like this movie? What would you say?
Oh, I fucking 100% loved it.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know if I would say that.
oh my God.
I don't know. Because I'm like, I understand, but I also
But did you just
like,
not like the actual story, or did you not like the movie?
Here's the thing. For me, I think it is because I didn't actually like Kathy as a character.
Yeah.
And that's really hard for me to say, like, I really loved something if, like, the main character I just don't actually
both
like.
of them. Yeah.
Like, Heathcliff as well, but, like, and again, here's some things, too, because we're talking about a time where literally women had nothing. They were treated as literally objects. Like, to get married to someone, the husband or the dad had to give the new husband a dowry of like money. Like, here's some cows,
let me pay
and
you
and my daughter. Like, here's this thing so that you can keep my daughter now, so it's not, you know, a burden on you. And so it's like, I understand logically that she was also put in these difficult positions. Like, that wouldn't be a position if it was now, right? Like, she would just be like, no, I'm fucking in love with this dude. Like, but like, at the end of the day, actually, if they were to be together, would it actually even be a healthy, happy relationship? Or would it be this toxic, like, was it more attractive because they couldn't be together?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, if they could be together, would it have actually worked?
Here's the thing. This is why I loved it more, I think, from what you're saying, is like the same reason why I prefer dark romance.
Okay. Fair. Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, no, I know.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I'm like, like, I don't know. I have two of my favorite movies of all time are Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice, which are Jane Austen novels done into movies. And there is like tragedy, sadness, heartbreak, all of the things in those. But like, to me, it's more of like, they might have had hard circumstances, but they also have like integrity and strength and like resilience. Yeah. And there wasn't any of that in this at all.
I understand.
Yeah.
But the dark romances, I like it because none of them, they do not have that. They're morally gray.
I know.
Bad dudes. And
I really don't know how I feel about it. Like, I would want to see it again because I really want, like, now that I know the story, like, I want to be able to pick up on more of like the nuances of it.
Yeah. And watching it without your kids would probably be different too.
Probably. Yeah. Without them being like, oh my God, what is happening?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, definitely, I feel like a worthwhile watch.
Yeah.
However, I don't know. I wouldn't say, I actually want to watch the other renditions of it too. Yeah. Because I heard that this is not true to the book.
Well, they put it in like
quotations. Yeah. Like, it's like an adaptation of it. But I've heard that there's a Tom Hardy version and a Ralph Fiennes version.
Really?
And it would be interesting to like compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Watching those and seeing.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Hey. Okay. So speaking of dark romance, are you reading any dark romance right now?
Actually, I am not in dark romance in the moment, but I am still going strong with the MMs.
Love it.
I lost count.
What a great rabbit hole to go down.
I don't know how I'm going to get off of this. Right now, I am in For the Fans.
Okay. Yes, I've heard this one is so good.
I've seen it so many times. Yeah. Everywhere. And let me tell you, it's a good time.
Okay. All right.
I am so thankful that I am experiencing this book and these characters and all of the things that they be doing. But let me tell you, it is 90% smut and 10% plot.
Okay.
It's
all right.
It is probably one of the dirtiest books to date.
It is for the fans.
It is. I'm a fan. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
But there is absolutely very little plot to it. But it is definitely like forbidden, you know. Both of them are like, I'm not gay. We're just doing this on OnlyFans in order to like make some money because they desperately need a large amount of money. Otherwise, they're gonna get kicked out of college. They're not gonna be able to finish school. So they need to make money. And at first they did like a threesome and it made a shit ton of money. So they were like, everyone was commenting and wanting like, next time do it without the girl. And they were like, And one guy was like, absolutely not. Never. No.
Oh my god.
Because one was like by curious. And then one was like, I'm a straight football player. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert. They be gay.
Okay. Okay.
Because they started making a bunch of money. And next thing you know, like, they're like, oh, the camera's here? I don't even know. Like.
What a fun time.
It is.
Okay.
It's pretty slow, as in like, I mean, almost every single chapter is just pure smut.
Okay.
But the hesitation and the tabooness, like, are we, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh my God,
yes.
we're doing this.
That.
Do I like it? Do I not?
Yeah.
Why do I like it so much? Like,
yeah.
Does he like it? The vulnerability, the anger directly afterwards. It's just kind of like there's so much tension going on.
Okay.
It's a treat.
Oh, yeah. I need a treat.
It was a palate cleanser.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. Because I am like, girl, I am exactly opposite.
I know.
It's a lot. So I am currently in Dawn of the North, which is, it's so good. So I'm listening. God, this narrator is so good. Female narrator, but it is the part of the Road of Bones series, fantasy like Viking novel.
Yeah.
And I read, I think there's like 2 plus a novella, and then this is the 3rd one that just came out. And I think that there's going to be 5. But there's like magic systems and like world building and all of that, and just so good. And you're following like 2 sisters who are twins that are like separated, who haven't seen each other since like super early on. So you're like following 2 sisters and you're getting like what's happening over here and what's happening over here. Very, very good, but also just total fantasy world and very little heat right now.
Okay.
At all whatsoever. And then after my intuitive reading, I started reading Journey of Souls, which is like absolutely just like completely not a novel. It is a actual like data points of this guy in the 70s who was like hypnotizing people and like kind of gathering data on what happens in between lives, basically.
Wow.
And it is like, I'm having like a few existential crises like while I'm reading it a little bit, just because it's all about like after people die, and I'm like, oh my God, everyone I love is gonna die, like, and having like moments of that. But it's also like really fascinating and very like also reassuring and all of that. But it's like a very different read than I usually read. You know, I've been like in fantasy world / like romance / kinky, like all the things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, so what does your soul do when it dies? So I could probably use a little palate cleanser after I'm done with this one, because I'm almost done with Journey of Souls right now. So I could use a little fun little
I have a list of ones that I want you to at some point in time experience, because I also went through the whole Sarah Kate series.
Yes.
And I'm like, you have to.
I have to
read these.
I have to.
The Good Brothers.
Yes. The Good Brothers. Oh.
Yes.
Well, I started that one, but I was like, I'm already listening to this one.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's hard for me to listen to 2 different ones.
No.
I need to like read one and then listen to one, or just finish one and then start the next one. So yeah. That'll be the next one, and then I'll, go on that little journey. Yes. Oh my gosh. So fun.
So fun.
This was a great time. I I'm never gonna think of grapes the same again.
I'm telling you, people are gonna be like, you don't just pop any old grape in your mouth. Same thing with blueberries. We're not starting this right now. We have to go.
We gotta go, but we love you. Okay.
Love you. Bye.